everyone, Miss Carrie here. December is right around the corner, but I still have a few fall layouts to finish up. Today I'm going to share a really quick project that you can put together using a few components from a scrapbook kit and a cut file. I'm working with the Amber Autumn collection from Fancy Pants Designs. This is a wonderful warm collection of florals and fall images. This weekend, Fancy Pants has an amazing sale that will allow you to stock up on some of your favorite kits like this Amber Autumn collection. There's also an adorable holiday collection that I'll be working with in one of my December lives. So if you want to grab that while you're shopping, you can scrap along with me during my crafty coffee hour. As I said, I'm keeping this simple. I'm starting with a cut file designed by Paige Taylor Evans. It's a floral pumpkin that I cut out of white cardstock with my Cricut. This is a photo of our niece sitting on the front porch with some pumpkins that she grabbed from the pumpkin patch. I wanted to be able to show the pumpkins in the picture, but I also wanted to get a close-up of her cute little face. Once I cropped it down, I lost some of the pumpkins in the photo. So I'm going to make sure that I bring in some pumpkin embellishments to emphasize that part of the story. The Amber Autumn kit has quite a few florals and fall leaves. Some of them are more hand-drawn artwork and others look more realistic. There are also some cute little critters, tags, and phrases. I do want to make sure that I bring in some pumpkins to match the story and the theme of the layout. I'm going to use these to frame the photo. I'm setting a few over on the left and a couple of them on the right to create some nice clusters around that picture. Now, as I'm building up these embellishments, I'm going to create a horizontal line on my layout. Whenever I work with large round shapes that frame the photo, like a wreath or this pumpkin design, I find that it's a good idea to ground your photo. And building a horizontal line with either pattern paper or embellishments is a great way to do that. I'm having a difficult time deciding what I want to use for a title. I discovered a tag in the collection that says My Little Sunshine, which I think is great for this photo. But I also found a foam sticker that says Autumn, and I like the look of that large, bold script. I'm realizing that I really don't like the look of both of them together, but I can't quite decide if I want to use one or the other. I'm just going to set these aside and continue adding my embellishments until I make my decision. The pumpkins that I selected and the little mushrooms have more of that hand-drawn look, so I put away the more realistic looking items from the kit. I also chose die cuts that had similar colors to the photo. Not only did I bring in some pumpkins, I made sure that those pumpkins had some pink, which match her shoelaces. The kit also had quite a few mushroom icons, so I selected ones that had bluish hues to match her shirt. So I have most of the images in place, creating my nice horizontal line, and I'm going to try to bring in both of those title items once again. I really like that word autumn, but I also want to bring in a tag because I like bringing texture to my layout with thread and ribbon. I dug through the collection and discovered this adorable pink tag, and I think this is going to be a better option. This tag not only has that pretty pink color to it, it's also a vertical tag, and it's going to add to the frame that I've built with the pumpkins. Once the tag was in place, there wasn't much left to do. I brought in this cute little owl, which is simply adorable. There's quite a few critters in this kit. Those little critters would not only look great on your fall pages, but they would work for baby pages or toddler layouts, or even some camping layouts that you want to create. When I'm trying to create balance on a layout, I also select a color that I want to use more of. Around the photo, I used a pale pink frame, and I brought in that pink tag. So I'm going to grab a few more pink florals to match the other pink items on the page. This is going to emphasize that color and bring out the photo on the layout. I also like to add an odd number of elements. My tag has a phrase and I'll be adding a title on the page, so I decided to bring in a third phrase at the top of the photo. You'll see at the end here that I ended up using a smaller version of this tab. I felt like this one was a little bit too large for the photo. I'm just going to place the word autumn over here on the left side, and I'm going to place a little piece of pattern paper underneath to emphasize it a little bit more. I'm going to go ahead and add a few more details to this layout off camera, and then I'll show you the finished design. I had debated placing this on another piece of cardstock to create a frame, which is something I normally do, but I really like the colors and painted images on this background paper, and I didn't feel like it needed a frame at all. I did frame that photo a little bit more by adding stitching around the pumpkin. I just did this by hand with some white embroidery thread. I also took some of that white embroidery thread and created a simple bow on the tag. This just brings some texture to the design. As I said, December's right around the corner, but like many of you, I still have quite a few fall photos to scrapbook, so I decided to work on those over the Thanksgiving weekend. This is a simple layout that you can put together using a large cut file, a favorite photo, die cuts, a large title, and some pattern paper. It goes together quickly and allows you to use some of those fall items that you have in your collection. Now don't forget that Fancy Pants Designs is having a sale this weekend. If you want to stock up, my link is down in the description below. I want to thank you for joining me today. If you have any questions about this project or the supplies I used, feel free to post those in the comments below. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I can't wait to see what you create.